Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older black women should tell younger black women but don't. Girls, sometimes you just gotta let folks misunderstand. Went out to breakfast with an older relative today and somehow we got on the topic of friendship. I found myself explaining to this person why I knew that my friends were good friends. It felt like I was defending myself, like I was defending my ability to discern friend from foe. And I put out all these reasons why I knew these were great women, why I knew that they were in my corner, why I felt that they would never betray me and that they were really truly good friends. And here's why and X and Y and Z and all this. And yet this person continued to put forth the idea that I didn't know what I was talking about, that I shouldn't trust these people, and that there was something wrong with my reasoning because you'll love this. You don't have street sense. First of all, let's unpack what exactly is street sense. Hypersensitivity, an extreme lack of trust, and overexposure to trauma. That's what street sense is. And the fact that I don't supposedly have any is not a bad thing. It means that I deliberately made good choices so that my black ass wouldn't be out there in the streets. Me having book smarts doesn't negate the fact that I also have discernment and common sense. Discernment and common sense, from my perspective, trump street sense every day. Because at least I had enough motherfucking sense to stay out of the streets. And the fact that I chose a different path doesn't mean I'm stupid or that my judgment is not sound. Don't explain things to people more than once. Don't continually try to convince anybody of anything. I think a superpower is to be able to discern when you're wasting your time talking to somebody and when you're not. Because I was wasting my time talking to that person because they're a relative, because they're older, because they perceive street sense has more value than common sense, and for whatever reason felt entirely comfortable disregarding all the data and evidence and reasoning, perfectly sound reasoning that I was putting forward. None of that mattered because they know what they know, and somehow what they know trumps what I know. Okay, great. What I should have done in that moment was let them think what they wanted to think. I shouldn't have got invested in trying to explain to someone who was committed to misunderstanding me why this, that, or the third. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is I know that my friends are great ladies. I know that they have consistently treated me well. I know that there's no reason for me to mistrust them. And for me to mistrust them is a flaw on my part, not on theirs. Because they haven't done anything to me. Why would I mistrust them? Why would I introduce that negativity into the relationship? Trust is a good thing. Mistrust indicates that there's something wrong, that negativity has taken root and is overpowering positivity. I'm not going to live like that. I said all that to say this. When you encounter people, whether they're friends, family, older coworkers, somebody who has decided in their mind that because they're older than you, they know more, and that somehow your reasoning and ability to, suss out a good person from a bad person, a friend from a foe, or whatever the case may be, somehow your reasoning is flawed, let them think that shit. Because the idea that me not having street sense is somehow a flaw because I knew enough to stay out of the streets and I'm a so-called good girl who did what I was supposed to do, got my education, and stayed out of trouble's way, that's a flaw? That means I can't think? That means I can't discern? That means I don't know a good friend from a bad one? That's whole shit. Don't get caught up in trying to explain anything to anybody. If they don't believe you, okay, cool. And let that be that. You don't need to waste your time trying to explain shit to anybody. If you trust yourself and you believe in what you're saying and what you've done, etc., hey, that's all that's needed. You don't have to explain anything to anybody because at the end of the day, let's look at my situation in particular. I'm trying to convince somebody that my friends are good. I don't need to fucking do that. The only person who needs to know that these people are good is me and my friends. And guess what? We good, better than good. And that's on that. And I think that older black women don't often talk to younger black women about the need to sometimes end conversations or not engage with people who are committed to misunderstanding you is because sometimes those people are us, the older black women. And because we're older, because we've gone through X, Y, or Z, somehow we think that we're better. It doesn't mean shit. People make mistakes. They should be allowed to make mistakes. People learn from those mistakes. They evolve and they grow. And just because somebody is younger doesn't mean they don't know right from wrong. They don't know wet from dry or red from blue. Your ability to allow people to present an argument, to give you the data and the evidence, and then use that evidence to make a reasoned assumption or conclusion, that's intelligence. That's smart. That's adaptability. That's flexibility. That's good. Somebody who's stuck in one pattern of thinking and is insistent upon pushing negativity, mistrust, and suggesting that, oh, well, you don't know because this and that and No, trash. Oh, shit. Do not engage. Keep those people at a distance or save your energy because you are not going to be able to convince them of anything, nor should you have to. And that ends my TED Talk for today. I hope to see y'all tomorrow.